Yeah, so the way I think about it, I used to think that the offshore market was the grand champion. You know, that's where everything happened. I didn't appreciate what was going on in land drilling and shell. And when I left Rignet, I had an investor tell me, he said, Marty, you're going to wake up in 10 years and the energy industry is going to be known as something you don't know today. It's not going to be offshore, it's going to be land and the shell play. And he's been absolutely correct. You know, it certainly appears that the offshore market has a good runway for the next kind of couple years. I think I've read out into 2027, but that's really come from um, uh, the fewer rigs being available, requiring higher technology, and the drill ships, and through bankruptcies and consolidation in the offshore space. That's how they've really got their tailwind behind them right now. You are starting to see some companies scheduling deliveries for some new builds, and they should have a good tailwind, but those projects are long lead items in terms of being able to drill, develop, and get the oil to the market. And so, I think those are longer term plays. I don't think they're going to displace the ability for the shale plays to produce a significant amount of oil and to be able to do it very quickly.
Could you comment a bit on where the shale drillers stand today in terms of demand supply balance, financial health, and to what extent there is a need for consolidation in your industry?
Yeah, that's a great question. We clearly have a higher supply of overall rigs than currently needed. I think we're down about 150 rigs year over year in the U.S. We're down about 40 rigs in the Permian, which kind of further supplements my thesis, which is the Permian currently has over 50% of the rigs working today in the U.S. And the production of oil is roughly 60% of the total U.S. production. So the rig decline has really been outside of the Permian, although we have been impacted. It's been driven by natural gas. While there's the highest percentage of rigs that are working are these ultra super spec rigs. Yes, there's still several sitting on the sidelines looking for work, but it wouldn't take a large needle mover in terms of oil or a pickup in natural gas for us to be sold out on ultra super spec rigs. We continue to look for opportunities to acquire rigs. It's not our primary strategy, but when we look at opportunities, we're wanting to make sure that we're getting a quality of rigs, or that we would be getting a inventory of quality of rigs that would match our ultra super spec characteristics. We're not looking to buy any older SCR rigs or mechanical rigs that either cannot be upgraded or would need to have significant investment to be able to achieve what we've already achieved. And I think the public drillers are much the same. They have their preferred quality of equipment. For example, 6 of our rigs we purchased from NOV. There are a couple drillers that have purchased NOV rigs, and it would be very easy to combine those kind of assets. Versus if you don't know the operating system and the equipment that you have on the rigs, that probably doesn't bode well for a catalyst for consolidation in the drilling space until we get all of these rigs, the supply of rigs working that's the only time I think you're going to really start to see some opportunities for consolidation. There's a lot of rumors in the marketplace of people either running a process or someone looking, but at the end of the day, the drillers are still much the same as the E&P companies. They want to make sure they're maintaining low debt levels. They're wanting to return value to their shareholders. And so the only real currency that exists for drillers to consolidate is their stock. And what I would say is there's really only a couple of players out there that have the liquidity and the float in their stock price that someone would be willing to take stock rather than cash. So I think it's possible. I think it makes sense. I just think we're probably a little further off of a deal, but you never know. There anything could happen.